What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we're back with another top 5 for you guys today. And today, guys, we're taking a look at the top 5 underwater tames in Ark. So, guys, we're going to be taking a look at their versatility, their usefulness, their abilities, all that good stuff, how you tame them and whatnot. So, guys, if you find yourselves enjoying the video today, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Now, guys, coming in at number 5, I hate pronouncing this dude's name, we have the ICHTHYOSAURUS, the dolphin. I like to just call it the dolphin. The dolphin, that's what we're going with, the dolphin. So, guys, at number 5, we have the dolphin. Now, this guy made it onto the list in spite of literally all the other sea creatures because of his speed, his ease in taming, and that's literally it. This guy is one of the fastest underwater tames you can get. The only one that's faster than him is the manta, and the reason I didn't put the manta on the list is because it's slightly more difficult. Well, I mean, not slightly, it is more difficult to tame than the dolphin. So that's why the dolphin's on the list over the manta. This position was a toss-up between the dolphin and the manta, and ultimately I did decide to go with the ichthy, mainly because of its taming requirements and its saddle level requirements. This guy has like a saddle requirement of like level 13. So like you can literally tame these guys up pretty much 5 minutes into spawning on the Ark. So they're really good, they're really versatile, they're really fast, they can get you in and out of situations that you don't want to be in. They can easily dive for deep sea loot drops. You can go cave diving with them on the island. You can easily explore Genesis with them. So yeah, I'd recommend getting one of the dolphins. Like I said, they're a passive tame, so you need to feed them kibble, prime meat, prime fish meat. It all does the same sort of stuff. And then their saddle, like you saw, is only level 12. You need a bit of wood, metal, thatch, fiber, and I'm pretty sure that was it. But other than that, these guys don't really have any other abilities. You probably don't want to get into combat with anything bigger than another dolphin with these guys, because you will get destroyed. Like, hands down, you will get destroyed. Like, this big old MOSASAUR over here, he could easily probably just 2-tap us. These guys don't have a lot of health. They've got a decent amount of stamina, a decent amount of weight, but you definitely want to be just pumping movement speed up on these guys, because, yeah, they'll easily get you from point A to point B in the ocean. You can dive for artifacts with them, you name it. These guys are really versatile, and I would recommend getting yourself a dolphin if you haven't already got one and you are struggling a bit to loot out the oceans. But yeah, guys, dolphin comes in at number 5. Let's move on to number 4. Now, coming in at number 4, we have the MEGACHELONG. Now, yes, this guy kind of isn't an underwater tame, but he kind of is, which is why he's on the list for. You will predominantly use these guys in the ocean. Only time you'll ever take them onto land is if you're trying to raid a base and you want to use these guys as a soaker. But with one of the most recent patches, they actually nerfed the MEGACHELON's soaking capacities. So I think his health actually got reduced by quite a lot, but I think it was like 40% or something like that. Nonetheless, these guys are a pain in the ass to tame, which is why they're not higher on the list. Only reason they made it onto the list is because of the fact that you can have an underwater base on the back of them, and you can still breathe underwater with them, and you can provide oxygen to players and stuff like that while being underwater as well. And just due to their huge weight pools, their huge health pools, you will, if you ever need to soak like an underwater base, you probably will be using the MEGACHELONs as well. These guys have colossal size weight, colossal size HP, and especially on Genesis, it is really easy to get higher level MEGACHELON saddles. So you can easily like farm up the missions to get a really good MEGACHELON saddle for these guys, and pretty much make them invincible. But yeah, in order to breed these guys as well, you need to be at like the bottom of the depths in order to breed them up. So that can be a little bit of a nuisance, which, you know, there's a couple of things that frustrate me about this guy, which is why he's not higher on the list. For example, like his taming method, you need to use the parrotfish swarms, the parrotfish swarms to tame him, and you have to actually find those underwater first, which, believe me, is just a pain in the ass. And then you have to kind of babysit him while they swim around and eat his like barnacles off him. So yeah, another cool ability that he has though is he does get the ability to grow like plants, not plants, bushes and like mushrooms on his back. So that's a pretty cool ability as well, I reckon. But yeah, the MEGACHELON comes in at number 4. There's like no real other reason why he should be higher on this list. I think number 4 is a good spot for him. He can go toe-to-toe with most things in the ocean as well, just because of his huge health pool. But yeah, MEGACHELON is really easy. Well, no, I was going to say really easy to tame, but that's a lie to you. I'm getting your hopes up. His saddle requirement is only level 45. He does need shell fragments, so you will need to kill other MEGACHELONs for it. But yeah, cementing paste, a bit of silica pearls, a bit of metal, and a bit of fiber and hide, and you're good to go. So yeah, guys, MEGACHELONG comes in at number 4. Let's move on to number 3. Alrighty, guys, now coming in at number 3, we have the MOSASAUR. Now, the MOSASAUR is one of the big boys of the deep. He is terrifying. We just got stuck in an air bubble. This is awkward. The MOSASAUR is definitely a force to be reckoned with underwater. He can easily go to toe with literally anything. Anything underwater. The only thing you'll probably struggle to kill is maybe alpha tusos, but other than that, the MOSASAUR can go toe-to-toe with like anything. He's great for swimming and navigating the oceans, great for hunting down loot drops. He's obviously not the fastest underwater swimmer, but he is pretty fast. He also is one of the only dinos that have a tech saddle underwater, the other one being the Megalodon, but it definitely looks a lot cooler on the MOSASAUR than it does the Megalodon. But nonetheless, these guys are, I'm going to say, are relatively easy to tame. They're standard knockout tames. You need a bunch of extraordinary kibble. If taming them on the island, there is a certain depth limit that they will go up to. So if you are trying to tame one, you just simply hover above that depth limit and keep firing arrows into them. On Genesis, it's slightly different. I don't think they have a depth limit. I did just see one pretty much at the top of the ocean. But it's exactly the same sort of method as to taming them. Just simple trank arrows. You will want a relatively strong crossbow though, because they have a crap ton of torpor. Like our big boy here, 43,000 torpor. Obviously, the wild ones aren't going to have that much, but they still have quite a lot of torpor. As for this dude's abilities, he's only really got a basic attack, which is his primary attack. Other than that, he can't do anything else. With the tech saddle, you obviously do have the ability to fire tech shots. And you can put platform saddles on this guy as well and build bases on the back of them. But other than that, there's nothing too special about the MOSASAUR. He's just a big, tanky, underwater beastie boy. And who wouldn't want to cruise around on a MOSASAUR? Literally. Growing up as a kid, MOSASAUR was like one of the ocean predators that you knew about from the time in the dinosaurs. So, yeah, definitely MOSASAUR deserves to be on this list. But unfortunately, other than that, he doesn't really have anything else that makes him unique. So let's move on to number 2. Alrighty, so coming in at number 2, we have the BASILOSAURUS. Now, only at number 2. It's not King of the Depths, but I think you guys know which one's at number 1. Nonetheless, the BASILOSAURUS is a really good tame. He's got a crap ton of damage. He can go toe-to-toe with Tusos. He's invulnerable to their grab. He's invulnerable to the Cnidarius shocking. He's invulnerable to the Electrophilophilus' shocking as well. He provides you with hypothermal and hypothermic insulation. So you can see there, increases both hypothermic and hypothermic insulation. So this allows you to pretty much stay very warm underwater, and these guys can dish out a ton of damage. They've also got really solid amount of HP, easily able to like go toe-to-toe with mosasaurs and stuff like that as well, which is why obviously they're higher on the list. They've got really good stamina, really good weight, really good melee damage like I said before, and they're immune to literally all of the annoyances of the ocean. Cnidarias, Electros, Tusos, these guys can go toe-to-toe with them. The only problem you'll find with them is that they take damage the further down into the ocean you go. So for example, we're just going to jump off here, deactivate creative mode, jump back on this big boy, and our Basilo will take a little bit of health damage the deeper we go into the ocean. However, you can use these guys to fight Moder, the boss of Genesis, but you can see here we've reached the depth limit, and our Basilosaurus is taking a little bit of health damage. It's nothing too crazy, like you can supplement it with force feeding it, but it can be a bit of a problem if you're getting like swarmed by a bunch of tames and stuff like that. But nonetheless, the Basilosaurus's usefulness and versatility definitely outweighs the fact that it takes this bit of depth damage. But like I said, the deeper you go, the more health and the quicker the damage will come along. So do be careful of that. But like I said, you can use these guys to take on Moder. You can use these guys to take on Alpha Tusos, Mosas, Alpha Mosas. Really anything underwater, these guys can go toe-to-toe with. Only problem you'll find is that taming them can sometimes be a bit of a pain, because you will find these guys absolutely surrounded by a bunch of mantas. An easy way to go about taming them is to bring a Baryonyx, stun all the mantas, and because you can stun and kill them using the Baryonyx as secondary attack, it will make taming these guys a lot easier. They also passively generate oil over time, so you can also use that to whatever you want to do. So obviously it's oil, so it functions the exact same way as harvestable oil. So yeah, Basilosaurus is coming in at number 2. Let's move on to number 1. Alrighty guys, and finally coming in at number 1, the creature you guys all expected is the anglerfish. This guy is the king of the ocean. You know why? Because he can harvest silica bells. No, I'm just playing. Alright. Number 1, guys, we have the TUSOTEUTHIS. In my opinion, this guy is the king of the oceans. The king of the depths. He'll go toe to toe with anything. These guys have an absurd health pool, absurd amount of weight, absurd stamina. They've got crazy melee damage. They have the ability to grapple Moses and like literally anything. You can see there, this will cause us to deal damage over time to it. And this also inflicts a small amount of torpor, but you're practically immune because you can glitch these guys under the terrain like so, and they won't be able to harm you. You can do this same trick with alpha mosasaurs, which makes killing them really easy. These guys just deal a ton of damage. They've got a ton of health. And honestly, who doesn't want to ride around on a giant freaking squid? How terrifying are these guys? Like, they are nightmare material. You can breed these guys as well. And like I said, you can deal torpor damage to whatever it is that you're attacking. You can use tribe mates and stuff like that to actually help you with taming them. So you have someone grapple on the Tuso. Come back, dude. You've gone too far from me. You have someone grapple the whatever it is you're trying to tame with the Tuso and just sit on it, and then someone else can come along with their crossbow and just kill it. Not kill it, sorry, trank it. So it makes it a lot easier to tame underwater behemoths like the Mosasaur, like Basilos. Yeah, it makes things a lot easier. Dunkies even are really easy because you can deal torpor damage over time. So yeah, definitely recommend taming up a Tuso. In order to tame these guys up, you have to bring a really tanky tame, like a turtle. Definitely bring like a turtle or a megalodon with a bunch of health pumped into it. Get it grappled by a Tuso. And all you need to do is simply swim up to his little encrusted, terrifying beak, mouth thing. Feed it the black pearl and it'll eventually tame up. It is a passive tame, but a slightly aggressive passive tame. So yeah. Now, as well as that, these guys also have an escape mechanism. So if you're ever in trouble, you can press C, I think it is. Is it C? There you go. You can see. You press C and you inkjet away, and it gives you a little bit of a movement speed boost, and you can pretty much get away from whatever it is you are running from, and it leaves a little trail of ink. So yeah, these guys also generate oil over time, and they're just kings of the depths. Like nothing can kill a Tuso, like a tamed one anyway. But yeah, these guys, oh, I just love them. They're so good. And like giant squids, it's freaking terrifying. Imagine cruising up and having this thing peek at you from under the water as you're on the beach or something. These guys are breedable as well. They do lay eggs. So I don't think you can pick them up though because they are underwater tames. But nonetheless, the Tusos, hands down kings of the ocean. They don't have a platform saddle. They don't have a tech saddle or anything like that. But they don't need it because they're just absolute beasts. So guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Let me know what you thought of it down below in the comments. Let me know whether or not you agree with the tames on this list. Really value, guys, your opinion. But yeah, that's going to wrap up today's video. So if you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe down below for more. But other than that, guys, I will catch you in the next one.